The Honda HR-V isn't the most cutting-edge offering in the small crossover segment, but equipped with quality winter tires and a capable all-wheel drive system, my tester handled a generous spell of Northern Ontario winter with confidence to spare and some surprisingly pleasing handling. The HR-V's secret sauce? Well, it's easy to drive, thrifty, and refreshingly confident and responsive regardless of the weather. This is the smallest all-wheel drive that Honda makes, and it's a small utility model that's similar in many ways to a slew of its competitors. Like each of those, HR-V provides 4 doors, room for 5, a tailgate, and all-wheel drive. On road feel, well, imagine being in a small car but higher up, and with more headroom and more ground clearance and more cargo space for your stuff. I call these machines small crossovers, and you might call them something else. There are a few great reasons to consider the HR-V and a few reasons not to. It's great in the snow. The LED headlights are bright and vivid, the rear seating and cargo provisions are basically genius, and for some shoppers, HR-V's brand reputation and use of a long-proven engine under the hood are big draws. Those rear seats, well, adults over about 5'11" need not apply. Rear headroom is tight, but they are fine for the kids. And those rear seats fold down, full flat, to create a low, tall, and wide cargo hold. Or flip the seat bottoms up instead, and you've got floor-to-ceiling cargo space directly behind you that's perfect for a stack of camping coolers or the family pooch. Still, you might have better choices if you're after a flashy interior, maximum ride quality, turbocharged power, or full-featured content bang for your roughly $33,000. That's the ask on my tester, a loaded-as-she-goes HR-V Touring. Goodies included camera-assisted lane change, heated leather, automatic climate control, and full smartphone integration, though some will be left looking for remote start, wireless smartphone charging, or cooled seats. And here's a closer look at the interior without my voice for a moment, in case you want to focus on anything you see. So some similarly priced competitors do offer plenty more horsepower, and others, including the Crosstrek, Kona, and Toyota CHR, have a smoother ride on really rough roads. I find the HR-V's most valuable asset is the way that it feels in the snow with a good set of boots. Blizzak's On, my tester's all-wheel drive system, and ABS both felt like they were capitalizing in full on the extra winter bite. Equipped thusly, you've got winter driving that is as point-and-shoot as it gets. Full throttle launching in deep snow hardly slips a wheel. A full jam emergency stop as ice and pavement pass randomly underfoot typically results in a satisfying return to stationary in quick order and usually in a dead straight line with minimal fuss. For a smaller machine, the HR-V has a heavy and dense cruising feel on slippery highways that will remind most shoppers of a larger crossover. Equipped with Bridgestone Blizzak tires, the HR-V felt locked on during multiple highway snowstorms and in a variety of winter conditions. The steering is heavy set at higher speeds, meaning slush ruts do little to pull it from your hands. So what I'm trying to say is simply the Honda HR-V feels really good in the snow. And it's also a good bit of fun for those drivers who enjoy a spirited spin down a favorite powdery back road from time to time. Not for the power, mind you. The 4-cylinder loves to work, bless its soul, but it's just not the gutsiest, even if it is plenty snappy at around town speeds. With 141 horsepower, it's a good match for the economy-first driver. Nope, the fun part is the handling, steering, and overall feel of this thing. Drive moderately and carefully, and it's on lockdown, working with your smooth inputs towards a good solid feel and plenty of bite in the snow. Or dial up the speed and have a little fun. The steering is quick and snappy, and though the sporty suspension can turn in a noisy and harsh ride on very rough surfaces, it does keep the HR-V nice and lively at the tips of your fingers and toes. So there's a good sense of attention to the finer details of how this vehicle responds to your inputs, and some drivers appreciate that, and some drivers eventually learn to. All said, the engineers have dialed in an enticing combination of winter driving confidence and fun factor, and that's all up to your right foot and the settings that you use. And so to wrap it all up, loyal Honda shoppers after a familiar package will feel right at home with the HR-V's clever design touches and easygoing tech, though shoppers after certain high-end features and an excellent rough road ride may have better options. I want to leave you with some more footage that I hope will show you just how good this thing works in the snow and maybe convince you to buy a good set of winter tires for yours. This one's on Blizzak's, and they have plenty of bite for the driving you see me doing here. And you get some really confident braking that's drama-free and nicely controlled, and the ABS only kicks in once you're deep into the pedal on hardpack like this. Also, launch after full throttle slow motion launch, you barely see any spinning from any of the HR-V's wheels, and that's thanks in part to the all-wheel drive system that knows what it's doing, pre-engaging maximum traction not when a wheel slips, but rather before it might. So all said, with proper winter rubber, HR-V's systems feel expert at capitalizing on the available grip from the winter tires and putting it to excellent use with minimal slipping or fuss. And that's point-and-shoot winter performance, and that is one less thing for you to worry about. Thanks for watching.